It was conceived in sort of November 2020 last year, at the end of a fun year for all of us, and we pulled together a number of concepts, and some of the people in this session were active contributors in helping to shape the concept of what we've got, so thank you. But so yeah, so Powerful Women is about a power sector focus. It's focused on women, it's on technical professionals, and it's about building that leadership community through stronger technical knowledge. It's not only focused on women, but it's in fact looking at 3 generations of women, which is experienced engineering technical professionals with 5 to 10 years experience. It's about graduates entering the workforce, so 0 to 5 years experience, and it's about undergraduate students who are also on career paths in power. So it's about building a critical mass of these women over an initial 3-year period. So we have scholarships to support a total of almost 200 women across those 3 generations over 3 years. And it's about building the career development pipeline. So not just engaging these 200 women, but making sure each of them has a clear career development plan for themselves and connections amongst each other so that they can inform and support moving forward. We're also using those 200 women over the 3 years. We'll be developing profiles and resources based around them to then support a parallel campaign to engage high school students, female high school students, about careers in power and leadership careers in power. Now, someone has their microphone unmuted. If people could just check who that might be. So another key, I suppose, thing to note for this is we're looking at, this is happening over 3 years initially. We have funding from the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet to both fund scholarships to participate in these programs, but also separate but linked seed funding. So for things like these profiles of women to engage high school students, we have funding for that as a particular element. But we're looking to build this as a sustainable model moving forward. And we're basing that on what is already a very sustainable model for the API Summer School, which has been running for 15 years. And we're looking to, I suppose, kickstart a transformation in the participation of female technical professionals in the power sector in leadership activities. I know that there are, many amazing female leaders in the power sector. Some of them are with us here. But how do we really transform that to something more? So, Steph, can I just get you to go through and mute people's microphones, please? I've got some noise. So in terms of the Powerful Women program, the parts that are in it, there's 8 key parts other than the API Summer School, and we'll talk about the API Summer School in a bit. But number 1 is a new 4-day residential retreat for early career professionals. So 20 graduates and 30 undergraduates each year for the next 3 years. We'll be bringing them to the last few days of the summer school and doing a range of leadership and career and technical knowledge development activities. And by bringing them to the summer school, we also connect them to the other 50 delegates, 50 to 60 delegates who are current and future leaders in the power sector at the summer school. As part of the summer school this year, we've also been running a new program that is an online executive insights component where we have CEOs and senior execs from our member organisations talking about strategic challenges and opportunities. Our women participating in the summer school are participating in that, but our 30 undergrads and our 20 grads will also get to connect into that program as well. As part of our summer school, by bringing these things together, we're going to have more than 100 current and future leaders, male and female, in one place in a nice hotel. So we're going to organise a future workforce forum to really look at how we address developing the future workforce for the power sector. And our female professionals will be leaders in that program, and we'll be inviting other people to come and join us as well. So the summer school is a pre-existing activity, but on top of that, we're building these new activities, and that will include online mentoring and online workshops, particularly for the early career, the students and grads, but also linking them with the women in the Powerful Women program. We'll be building these profiles of inspiring women, not the full 200, sadly, but a selected cohort, and doing high school outreach programs. We're also organising a forum in June next year for International Women in Engineering Day to engage and push out and inspire more students. As I said, a key part of all this is focused on the API's existing and very successful leadership program, which is the API Summer School. What are we hoping to achieve? What does success look like? It's lots of things, but if I nailed it down, it is about a focus on building leadership capability by building a stronger technical strategic understanding of what's happening in the power sector. So very much to those who've asked, this is a program about women, and this is a program about women in technical roles, so engineering, but not just engineering. It's about a strong technical focus in the power sector in Australia. And the summer school, as it's pre-existing, and that's what its focus is. It's a very rich technical program. It's about building personal connections amongst a critical mass of women, but also connecting them with the other emerging and current leaders who are involved in the summer school program already. It's about creating inspiring stories that can inspire others and inspiring our students and grads to pursue career pathways and leadership roles. And it's about helping develop their capability. If I was to say what it's not about spending most of our time developing core fundamental leadership skills. We do touch on some leadership elements, but it's much more that focus on the technical knowledge that you need to be an effective, successful leader in the power sector in Australia. We want to achieve a step change in participation by women in leadership roles in the community, and we want to have a step change in inspiring the resources to inspire more girls into the power sector and into careers. So I know I've spoken a lot about the summer school. Some of you are familiar, some are not. So I suppose a quick recap is it's been around for 15 years. My first experience with it was last year, almost 18 months ago, when I joined the API as CEO. It was quite amazing. It's a 2-week-long residential program. It's not a conference. It's much more than that. It's a really deep, immersive experience, but it builds your technical, strategic knowledge by working with other strong, competent technical professionals who've got 5 to 10 years experience. So there's about 40, 50, up to 60 delegates who attend from across the power sector. And we also bring in up to 60 experts from across our member organisations and other stakeholders. So they're working professionals, they're not trainers, they're actually industry professionals and experts. They come in and deliver content, run workshops, run forums and activities. On top of that, our delegates also work in new teams. So they're pushed outside their comfort zone and outside their core knowledge areas to develop a board presentation and a board paper in response to a particular technical strategic problem. We call those our syndicate projects, and feedback from delegates is that it's a really great way of building new communication skills, new strategic thinking skills, and new contacts in the sector. So that runs for 2 weeks. This year, we've also brought in these online executive insights sessions, which is our CEO is talking about big picture challenges and opportunities. And we'll also have the Future Workforce Forum at the summer school, and we have a nice fun dinner on the second last day of the school. And on that second last day, all of our delegates in their teams also deliver their mock boardroom presentations. So that's where we're going to bring in our 20 grads and 30 undergrads to come in and actually see 50 odd emerging leaders at the top of their game sharing their best pitch to an imaginary board on what they think the solutions to some of the most pressing strategic challenges are for our sector. So on the right there, you can see an example of one of our execs speaking in these online modules, which is Violette, who's based at, or who works at AEMA, and Violette's also on the API board. So summer school is a key feature of this Powerful Women program, but I want you to look at the program as having these two parts. So one part is for professionals. So this is 5 to 10 years experience, who would be the kind of people that would go to summer school. So summer school's been running for 15 years. It gets between 40 and 60 delegates, strong, technically oriented professionals with experience. We want to get more women coming to that and being involved. So that's one part. The other part is this new piece, which is the early career pathway. We still have a focus on technically oriented roles, still or studies as well for undergraduate students. That doesn't necessarily mean engineers and electrical engineers, but this program does have a technical focus of how do we achieve the technical transformation and how do we lead the technical transformation in Australia's power sector. So two parts to the program. In terms of being a professional, we spoke a lot about summer school, but being part of the Powerful Women program brings more than just come to the summer school. There are extra elements. So if you're in the Professional Women program as a professional, you get to come to the summer school and be involved in that, and hopefully, or the plan is for next year, we will have 50% women in a cohort of about 55 experienced mid-career leaders in the power sector, which will be an amazing situation. But by being in the Powerful Women program, you can also be part of our online workshops and mentoring with these 20 grads and 30 undergrads, part of our profiling of women, part of our programs to engage with high schools and our International Women's Day Forum, and also a chance to come along to the early career retreat. That is the new part of what the API is doing in this space. So the early career retreat is this new program for our undergraduates and graduate students in technical streams. It will run each year, and it will run linked to the end of summer school. So for 2022, which is our next summer school, it will run from the Wednesday of the second week of summer school. So it will cover as our summer school people give their board presentation, and then it will run for a couple of extra days. So it is different to summer school, but it will overlap with the end of summer school. So this program will have online activities and mentoring for these early career students. It will have the residential retreat for these students, but they will also be interacting with the professional women and the summer school delegates in different ways. So it's a really great opportunity for them to see their future selves, to build connections, to build formal and informal mentoring relationships with mentors or with leaders in the sector. They also have the chance to be part of the high school outreach, the International Women's Day Forum, and the profiles of women in the space. So still working on what happens exactly, but this is also, for me, this is part of what I'm hoping you can help us with. As I said, this whole program was born out of the API, which is a community of our members. And so the evolution of it will also be guided by our members and our community. But we're looking at this residential retreat component, students arriving on the Wednesday. All of the summer school people are really busy preparing for their presentations on the Thursday, so we're able to do a number of activities. They will have met online beforehand, but this is a great opportunity to bring together 50 early career women interested in the power sector, come together and really build some energy and momentum. On the Thursday, they'll see these syndicate project presentations from the summer school, future workforce forum, lovely dinner with lots of industry leaders, and then on the Friday and the Saturday to focus on the development activities for their students. So this is where we're looking for input on content and programs and the like. But I've scoped it out as sort of, for this early career segment, there's a much stronger focus on career development in the power sector and leadership roles, building leadership skills such as effective communication, because to be a good leader we have to be good communicators, and to strengthen that technical knowledge component as well. In terms of specific timing, still weaving both the COVID challenge, but also looking at budgets and venues and the like. So potentially leaving on a Saturday or maybe leaving on a Sunday morning as well. So this is a new initiative that really gives these 50 early career future leaders the chance to connect in with this existing fantastic program that we have for power sector